I didn't get to finish recording the review episode for the Get Down because I talked to my family and it was every 100% of every bit of it was good. So don't think it wasn't. The struggle is really real for introverts. The thing is that just because everybody pretty much ain't shit doesn't mean that you shouldn't give the time and attention that you would give if you weren't motivated to be an introvert by all the bullshit for humans that exist in the world. Okay, I got lost. The point is, you've been conscious your whole life, even as a child, for a child. I was always having grown people and grand-aged people, senior citizens, telling me as a very little girl, things like, what kind of wisdom is in this little girl? And old people looking at each other and looking at me after I've said something or spoke on something or had a certain conversation with them, or they saw me do something or interact in some way. Old people would look at each other and they would look at me and they would say, she's been here before. With that absolute tone, just like that. That little girl has been here before. She's been on this earth before. I heard that my entire life. Ooh, it just occurred to me that the reason why I don't hear it anymore is because I'm at that age. Oh my God. Oh. Aging is something to deal with. But I'd rather deal with stuff that we all gonna deal with anyway. Even though y'all happen to think that we all gonna have bad relationships. You don't have to, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this is, since we do what there is no debate. There is no debate that we all do. Since there is no debate that we all do have to endure. See, that word puts a bad connotation on it. Let me rephrase that. Since we undebatably all will age for as long as we're alive, at a certain age, you are the senior. So nobody's going to be looking at you going, you've been here before. Because you're at the age where you would have been here. So, if that makes any sense. Well, if you're drunk, that probably makes sense. But, if that makes any sense whatsoever to you. So, yeah, back to what I was saying. So, I was this entity. I don't even know if it was so much an older person. But, people just automatically parallel wisdom with age. Understandably, for very, very valid reason. So, I'm saying that to say that I knew that there would always, just like, easily, it's common consensus that I would generally be more mature or more of a thinker than my peers. No one considers the also fact that even people older than me are childish. Like, even when I was a little girl, like, it's fair to assume that all my friends would likely be old enough to be my parents and older. But just because that's the case doesn't mean that I generally get along with old people. That's what I'm trying to say. So just because the fact of it's just that the percentage of people who are good people, those unicorns, of those people that exist, of those 9 people that exist in the world, it is 99% likely that most of them are going to be of a more mature age. 99%. So, I guess it wasn't accurate to say that I mostly spend my social energy with older people. older people. I like to spend my social energy with mature people, and of the mature people that exist, they're usually most often 99% of the time going to be older. But anyway, fortunately, the things that I am actively changing are related to both what I just talked about and what I was originally talking about, which was why I didn't get to finish the Get Down review for the first episode. Damn! We're gonna make it. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it. We're just gonna talk through it. Okay? I'm not even gonna edit most of this. We're gonna talk through it. So, yeah, I didn't get to that review. And if you saw where I just went, that little emotional trip I just took, after I talked to the people I love most in the world, and deciding that in absolutely making the most of the time that we have left here on this earth together, I am going to need to treat my introvertism. Aggressively treat my not assertively, aggressively and assertively treat my introvertism. And the sad thing about what I was originally saying, how because most people are sociopaths, that's what makes, in my case, an introvert, because if most people were generally basically good people, let's wake up. Let's not act like people are generally good people and that they generally have good intentions. I mean, I'm not saying it comes from a malicious place, because once you get assimilated into a certain lifestyle, you lose realm of what's good, genuinely. What's genuinely good. It's what intent is sincere. Because you start making choices and decisions that may not be good and or sincere. And maybe people aren't realizing that. But either way, people ain't good people. Good people are unicorns. And my best advice to you to attract them is to be one. That's all. So, man, this is going to be all over the place, but this is going to reach 7 spiritual motherfuckers. And you're going to make some decisions that are best. You're going to just do a 180 and start making some decisions that are best for you, your genuine loved ones, not your entourage, not the people that like you and support you and subscribe. Your family, both birthed and chosen. It may inspire you to make some changes that you need to make to move forward from because being realist is not pessimist, but from a more, I'll just use the word, optimistic perspective. And you can make the most of life and love, because that's what's important. We think about the cliche of, well, you can't take it with you, talking about people and their money. People who basically worship money. Money rules. Money's how you got your spouse. It's how you keep your kids satisfied. Pretty much raise your kids on some bullshit, materialistic bullshit. But you can't take it with you. And so at a certain point in all your material success, you realize it really is who you have to share it with. Not what you have, but who you have to share it with. And if you haven't encompassed into your life a bunch of garbage, you'll be that garbage. Even if you thought you were originally reaching out to help the person, if they just dragged you down with them. But don't take what I say and go extreme with it, because extremism is how we got where we are in this world. But use balance, because there are some people that you want to reach out to, like me right now. There are people that mean very well. But y'all know me. If I reach out to you and I see you really don't want it, then I'm pushing. No, I don't push. That's where my mature entity comes in and be like, girl, bye. And then my petty entity comes in and looks at you and watch the train wreck happen. And I'm not on until I told you so. I'm not even bothered with I told you so. I'm like, go on in, girl. Get that money, girl. Go ahead on. You get them subscribers. You get that popularity. I hope you do get what you want. But the problem is, you gonna get what you want. Just saying. This is all over the place. But it's gonna touch somebody somewhere. Somewhere along the lines. It's gonna touch somebody. And that's going to be my gift to you. Whether the person it touches is the actual introvert, or if the person it touches is a person who loves an introvert and wants more insight. On how to nurture the love that they have for each other. Because there are levels to this. It's pretty much easy, but there are levels that complicate even the ease of it. Might as well give you an example, right? Might as well give you a fucking example. For example, I don't like, and even when I was a little bit, it didn't happen at a certain age where I didn't want nobody to know I was old, aging, and so, you never ask a woman her age, not that type of thing, but I never celebrated my birthday. I never wanted to. I never celebrated Christmas. I had to in the household, but I never liked holidays. I didn't like the holiday season. And the people that taught me indirectly not to like those moments are the sociopaths that are controlling the world today. They made me hate holidays. They made me reject gifts from people that people might want to give me. They made me more they made me almost undefeated in the skill of recognizing a sociopath in very, very, very little time, and either rejecting or working around them without having to interact, or interact as little as possible. Less than anyone else has to interact with them. I'm the least. Because I won't. Because I'm working to build a better life than that. And I know that better life, I know that money can buy things, but I know that the real better life is having the good humans. And in the industry, people who are willing to compromise that will assimilate under convenient circumstances. Like, if I were to find myself in the same vicinity as, say, Kanye and R. Kelly, Rick Ross, CeeLo, Bill Cosby, I'm just on the freeway and I have taken like 37 exits. I hope some of y'all, and I hope a handful of y'all, even a handful. One, I'll be impressed if 2 follow me on that roundabout route I just took. Road trip. I need to get in the shower. Also, I wanted to show you that I tried something else because I'd be doing too much. So you can see I took the glue still on there. Not anymore. And I moved my fake piercing here to here. Just because I wanted to see it. Because it was shining so bright from across the room when I had it here. I was like, let me see what that would look like. But I don't necessarily think I'm a nose piercing chick. I like it better by my eye. Let me go moisturize it. Ugh. That extended wear lip stuff has torn my lips apart. And that's what happens when you wear it without a base underneath. It's fabulous and it lasts forever, but if you don't put a moisturizing base on it, it's gonna look like a crackhead. Okay, I have to go check on some stuff.